What is up, everybody? I'm going to talk about my therapy session, and I don't want you guys to, oh, my eye is itchy. Well, that's a bad way to start this off. I'm just going to leave that in there because I'm human. Anyway, I had a trauma therapy session. I actually figured out that I was handling things the wrong way. And I will tell you about that in the next scene. So basically, I tell people all the time, if you experience trauma, which is basically a state of being overwhelmed beyond your ability to cope, you need to get reintegrated back into life. You don't need to just stand still and dwell on everything that's happening and try to dissect everything in your mind. And you don't need to try to compare what you're going through to past situations, past traumas, because chances are what you're going through is a unique circumstance, probably that you've never been through before. And let me just say this. So this person that I got coaching from, well, actually, I mean, this is a board-certified trauma expert. This is somebody that actually trains mental health professionals. I've gone to this particular individual a few times to get coaching for myself so that I can be a better coach for other people. And I've just learned so much from this individual. And I look up to this person just beyond words. But I never thought that I would actually go to this person for my own needs. I thought that, man, I'm the anxiety ninja. You know, I help people all around the world overcome traumas, and, you know, I'm just going to just knock this out and be able to move on. But this was, I can't give any details, guys. I wish I could, but for many reasons I have to keep it private. But this was the toughest trauma that I've ever gone through in my entire life. And what happened was, after about day 3, I was still in the shock phase. Shock phase is where you're just like, I can't believe this happened. Why did this happen? Oh my gosh, what the heck is going on? That was still happening after day 3. Now, in traumas that I experience on a, I don't know, I can't say how often they happen, but they do happen yearly, definitely, probably 3 or 4 times a year, it seems like. I usually can get out of the shock phase within a day or so, 2 days max. But it was day 3 and I was still sitting there and I did not feel like I was making any progress. So guess what I did? I started to compare my current experience to past traumas. And I said, oh goodness, wait, what's going on? I should have been out of the shock phase by now. And I got into my head. And I did exactly what I tell you guys to not do. It's amazing. But guys, I'm not going to feel a sense of shame because it just felt so instinctive. I felt out of control. And the way that I mitigated feeling out of control was by controlling every single part of the process. And I told this mental health professional that, and he said, you are too stuck in your head and you need to just get living life again. And I was like, but do I need to slowly get integrated back into life? Like, shouldn't I, take more time? And he's like, no. Keep your muscles relaxed, which is going to keep you in a state of safety, and throw yourself back into life. And to be honest with you, that was exactly what I needed to hear, because I had put life on hold. And I think I know there is a time where you need to talk about it. There is a time where you need to, just experience emotion and let it process. And I did that for days, guys. But there is a time, pretty quickly, depending on the situation, where you got to just get living life again. You got to get back to your daily routine. Because the more that you focus on what's happening, the more that it's going to keep your sympathetic nervous system activated, which is going to keep you experiencing stress symptoms, which is going to keep you in a state of survival, which is not a state of healing. If you're in a state of survival, you're not going to be able to process things like you need to. And I basically heard all this and I was like, oh my gosh, how could I have let this happen? I feel like a failure. But I just accepted that whenever you get into a really tough situation, you sometimes will just go off instincts. You'll sometimes just do what feels natural. And it felt so natural to just get into my head and just to try to departmentalize everything and dissect everything and internalize everything. But the more that I did that, the worse that I felt. And also, I teach people self-regulation all the time, which I normally do at least 50 times a day, depending on the day, sometimes 100 to 200 times a day. Self-regulation is keeping your body relaxed in the presence of a trigger. Well, there are a lot of triggers involved with this trauma. And yet, after I talked with this guy, I realized day one, I did self-regulate a lot. After that, I had not been self-regulating, which means that there was all kinds of rage that kept building up. Like I had to start working out a lot, and my body just became a source of tension. Number one, I needed to continue to start self-regulating again. I'd let go of that. And number two, I needed to start living life again. So I did. And immediately, guys, I started to feel amazing. By the way, Sophie's here. Sophie, come here, come here, come here. Say hi to the Fierce family. Hey, baby. Oh, your babies. Oh, your babies. Isn't she a good dog? Yeah, she's a good puppy. Oh, gross. Oh, gross. Oh, are you hot? Anyway, as soon as I started to get out of my head, I started to focus back on living life. Like today, I wrote a short ebook about depersonalization, derealization. I'm probably going to launch that tomorrow for you guys that are struggling with DPDR disorder. It's just got like 10 mistakes that we make. I wrote that. It's only about 16 pages. Sophie, come here. But I'm getting just integrated back into life again. And it feels so much better. I'm telling you guys, like I feel 1,000 times better than whenever I was just sitting around and just thinking that I had to just sit there. And like, there is a time to process, but there's a time to just get up and to start living life again, as hard as it is. But just make sure that you're keeping your body relaxed and make sure that you have a healthy focus. I'm telling you, I know I harp on those things, but I forgot them, guys. I freaking forgot them. In the moment, I went instinctive, but it happens. So, all in all, my therapy session was very therapeutic, just to have somebody there to listen to me. You know, as coaches, you know, we life coaches, especially people that deal with mental health stuff, you know, we're tossed situation after situation all day long, guys. I wish that I could show you my email. I mean, I get emails all day, every day, people saying, I'm suicidal, I'm depressed, I'm dissociated, I'm panicky, what do I do? And then I've got YouTube comments coming in, and I love that. I love that people are reaching out to me, but it's like, if we're not careful as coaches, or maybe you're a mental health professional watching this, if we don't get the help that we need in those times, those major traumas, those tough times, we can get very burned out. And it's like, I had to humble myself and say, you know what? I don't have it all figured out, and I'm going to just make sure that I'm doing everything that I need to do. And it saved me, guys. And I'm so thankful that I did that. And I'm back on track. It's still a really tough situation, but now I know for sure what I need to be doing. So like this, share this, subscribe this. I love you. You're amazing. Comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know just how you're doing. I'll do my best to comment. It's a very busy season, but I read every single comment that I get, so make sure to leave those. And say bye, Sophie. Sophie, hey, come here. Hey, come here. Sophie, what are you doing? No, she thinks I'm giving her food. No. You want to go back home and get some water? Are you thirsty? Okay, we're going to go back home. I'll see you guys later.